What's good? What's good? We back again, and today we just gonna be talking about treating trading as a sport. Treating trading as a sport. Why do I say that? Because trading and sports are very similar. I used to play basketball, so that's the sport that I'm going with. But there are very similar characteristics to sports and trading. And trading could even be looked at as a game, right? You don't want to treat it as a game; you want to treat it as a business. But you can compare it to a game where you just have to use risk management and discipline and technical analysis skills. Where if you use it the right way, you can make some money. So first of all, trading. Let's talk about it. First of all, in trading, we have offense and we have defense. Trading, we have offense and defense, just like basketball. And one is just as important as the other. And I'll argue in trading that defense is actually more important than offense, because everything is about protecting your capital. Because if you don't have any money to play with, then it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter how much money you made. You lost that money in your second trade. So everything is literally just about protecting your capital. And then after that, now you can build on top of that, and then you can start working on the strategy. So we have offense and defense in trading. So the offense is the placing of a trade, right? So I like to look at anything having to do with offense, anything having to do with some type of strategy, right? So the market comes down right here. Let's say we're trading inside this fair value gap right here. And now, since we're doing that, I want to take a buy. You see, I want to buy right here. I know you guys saw that. So let's say this fair value gap is down here. And I'll say I want to buy. That's me playing offense on the market. That's me seeing my strategy and me executing, me making some money on that. Boom, close the position, make a quick little 600. That's offense, right? But like I said, we got defense too. So what's the defensive part? The defensive part is, let's say I wanted to take a sell right here, right? So I take a sell, but I set my stop loss. So I set my stop loss at a key level, so that if the market wants to come against me, I get out at a predetermined level, right? So I get stopped out automatically. Versus, let's say I didn't have a stop loss. Let's say I didn't have a stop loss, right? I sold right here. Instead of losing that 800 that I just lost just now, go down 1,000. The market just wants to go on my side, because the market I just have that Midas touch when it comes to trading, that gold touch. Like it's just intuition. I just win trades without even trying. But you guys get the memo. Like without risk management. So let me just take a sell right here, or let me take a buy right here, right? Let's say I put my stop loss right here. If I have a stop loss, good defense would be, okay, I get out at 500 automatically. But let's say there's no stop loss. There's no stop loss. Instead of only losing that 500, guess what? I go down 1,500 and I'll lose all this money I didn't have to lose if I would have just played defense. So defense is just as important as offense in this trading game. And you have to prioritize one more than the other. In all honesty, you have to put defense at the forefront of your trading. You have to think about defense more than anything. You have to lock up on defense. You gotta lock in, you gotta lock up, you gotta play clamps. I guess, of course, we're trying to score something. We always trying to score, but not at the expense of us losing money. Not at the expense of us losing money. And then we could talk about even other ways of playing defense, right? Let me just, let's go back right here. Let's go back down here actually. Let's say I place a buy, right? I place a buy right here. Let's say my take profit is at 5,000 right here. So I want to take profits at 5,000. But let's say the market doesn't get up all the way to 5,000. It gets up to 2,500. Now I'm up 1,800. But I want to close everything at 5,000, right? What can I do to protect myself? What can I do to play defense? You see the stop loss right here? Normally my stop loss would be, let's say, down here for like $2,000. Now I could just move my stop loss up, and now my stop loss could be break even. So now instead of losing money, I can now get out at a break even price. So making this trade essentially a free trade. So now this trade is not risking anything, because I'm already in profit. Plus I'm moving my stop loss to break even. So if I get out of this trade, I'm not losing anything. In fact, I'm actually gaining something. I'm gaining like $80, even though that's not much. That's going to cover commissions costs. It's going to cover fees, and it's even going to cover like my TradingView subscription for the month. So it's still something, right? So now let's say price wants to give me out. Now guess what? I just got stopped out my trade, and I didn't lose any money. I got out for free. Let's talk about another type of defense you can play against the market. Let's say you get in for a buy. The market goes in your favor. Take it back a little bit. let's say the market goes in your favor, right? Boom. So you want profit. Oh shit, I'm up in the trade. Hold up. Let me lock in real quick. All right. Boom. So now you up some bread, right? Instead of moving your stop loss to break even, guess what? You can move your stop loss and you can trail it. You can have a trailing stop loss. So a trailing stop loss, all that means is you're trailing price that's already in profits, right? So if you get stopped out now, instead of getting stopped out for essentially break even, so getting stopped out and you not making any money and you not also losing any money, you can now get stopped out with you actually making some profits. So right here, trail my stop loss. So now instead of my stop loss being break even, now my stop loss is simply just at it's just trailing where price is at. So now if I get out, I'm gonna get out for 900. So I still ended up winning. That's another great strategy to play defense in these markets, right? Let's talk about a little bit of offense. Right now. So let's talk about some offense. Let's say I get an NQ. I'm in 2 contracts right here. I'm in 2 contracts for NQ. Boom, I'm in 2 contracts. Price is moving up. And this is something I didn't understand early on in my trading, so I want you guys to really pay attention on this one right here. What happens? Okay, price is moving in my favor. Boom. So where I went wrong early in my trading, I still remember it was this one play early on in my trading. It was like 4 years ago. I was really new to trading. And I got into this great play. It was an amazing play. I was up $10,000 in one day. I know you hear that, 10,000 in a day. But guess what I did? Or guess what I didn't do? I didn't take profits. I didn't take partial profits. I wasn't thinking like that. The only thing I was thinking about was the next car I was gonna buy. I was thinking about how I was gonna be pulling up to the school in the brand new motherfucking Hellcat, and how I was gonna be pulling all the bitches in it. That's what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about taking partial profits. But guess what? Ended up losing all the money I made. The $10,000 I was up in the day, it slowly deteriorated, and then over that next month, ended up losing all the money I had in that investment. So I ended up losing. I was up $20,000 in total, $10,000 in that day. So I ended up losing. Yeah, I ended up losing just a lot of money from that, and it took me a while to recover from that, but I ended up bouncing back from that. But situations like that can be avoided by just doing this right here. Take a partial profit, save yourself some money, and then boom, you move your stop loss to break even. So now you're playing offense and defense dynamically at the same time. So you're in 2 contracts, you sell one. So now if the other one wants to come back down, then wants to take you out break even, they could do that. You're not worried, because guess what? You took some profits, right? So that's right now. That's treating trading as a sport. That's playing offense and playing defense. And then you just want to always get your reps up. You always want to get your reps up in trading. When I used to hoop, I used to get up 1,000 shots every fucking day, no matter what. I would get up 1,000 shots. I didn't care. Every single day I would get up 1,000 shots. So we could do the same thing in trading. You can go up. You can, first of all, you gotta stop being cheap. Upgrade to TradingView Premium. It's not that much. It's probably like, I don't know how much it is. I'll just pay the yearly subscription for it, and I just get it. But just pay that TradingView subscription. Get that replay feature, and just back test. And then every trade you take, count that as a rep. But also you want to be journaling and logging these trades and recording them so that you can go back and watch that practice session that you had and review the trades that you had. But this is pretty much just like you being in the gym, just getting your shots up. You're just in the gym getting your shots up, working on your form, just preparing for the game. Which for me starts at 9:30 when the stock market opens. For a lot of you guys too, because a lot of you guys that's following me, you guys are going to be trading stocks or the stock market or even futures, right? But that's when most of the volatility comes into the market at 9:30 a.m. Like that's why we don't need any volume indicators down here. We know when all the volume's coming in. So right here, delivering from a fair value gap, swing high, swing low inside this fair value gap. I would go long, and I actually am. I'm just gonna try long right here. Stop loss below here. Take profit up here. Let's see if that works out. It's working pretty good right now. Guess what I do at this point? Once I'm already up in profits like this, move my stop loss to break even, making that a free trade. So guess what? If it comes down against us, bada bing, bada boom. You know, that's one rep. So we want to do this thousands of times, and we can go back days and days and days. Not even days, you can go back fucking years. go back in the years and just keep on just practicing on old data. Like look, like I have all this shit that's marked up from just a while ago. I just be going, looking into the past and just back testing random points. Like this is a random point. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just go down there. I just watch price. So boom, right here. I already see these highs right here. I like to look at that as like buy side liquidity. But the question is, when are we gonna hit this buy side liquidity? And this price have to go lower before we go higher. So we're gonna see what happens. So Thursday, Friday. We're just gonna go to Monday of the next week. Okay, Monday of the next week. What do we have right here? We have our first key level. This is a key gap right here. And we know gaps act as magnets towards price, right? So since we already know that, we can do something with that. Since we already know that, we can just do something with that off rip. So we could use this as a target, which we probably are right now. We're gonna use that as a target, targeting, taking some shorts off of this high right here, trying to catch a nice little reversal. As a matter of fact, scratch that. We're just gonna go to stock market open. Gonna go a little bit further. Okay, now this is 7 a.m. So now we're just gonna go down to the 15-minute chart. We're gonna see what's popping. So now this 15-minute chart right now, we got this fair value gap right here. We got this high right here. So now just off rip, we close below this fair value gap. We go lower. We're gonna use this inversion and we're gonna treat this like a break instruction to the downside, and then we're just gonna manage our risk accordingly. Okay, so now it's 10 o'clock. So now it's at 10 a.m. Price has moved up like crazy. So when price moves up so fast like this, I don't really like buying that much anymore. Like I'm more of the contrarian type of trader. You have to understand, you want to do the opposite of what the masses are doing. So right there, we're gonna take that and stop loss. We're gonna put our stop loss above this swing high for $800 right there. Take profit right here. So that's about like a 1-to-1. So I'm actually gonna go 2 contracts to sell right here. 2 contracts, what you call it, my stop loss right here. But guess what? I'm just gonna move my stop loss to break even once we move down a little bit, just so I can take profits. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we got stopped out. That's all right. You be like that sometimes. Just gotta shake that off. You gotta know how to shake some shit off too. You gotta know how to shake a loss off too. You gotta know how to shake a loss off, come back better, take a better trade. All right, boom. It's another trade right here. Now, since we lost the first trade, like I said, you always want to play defense. So my risk management technique is after I lose a trade, my next trade, I can only risk half of what I lost the first trade. Like when the next day comes around, now we can, you know what I'm saying, we can start risking the normal amount, 2 contracts. But on that same day, if I took a pretty decent sized loss, then I have to risk half of what I risked for the first trade. So now we're gonna move this take profit down here. This trade we're gonna target like a 2-to-1. So if this 2-to-1 hits, no, I'm targeting a little bit more than the 2-to-1. So this is like a 2.5-to-1. No, it's actually like a 3-to-1 actually. And we're targeting these 930 lows, and we're actually gonna move our stop loss to break even. If we can just push a little bit lower. If not, that's cool. Move my stop loss up just a little bit. I don't want to get stopped out on this, but if we do, that's all right. Oof, that's not looking too good for us right now. Okay, so I just showed you that today is a very, very strong down day. We had this inversion that didn't work. This inversion that didn't work right here. So on days like this, man, you just gotta charge it to the game, and that's why risk management is important. You gotta play offense and defense in trading. So I'm not gonna end on a loss, so we're gonna just skip to the next day. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. But you know it'd be like that sometimes. Oh no, okay, we're good actually. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, that's our lesson today for treating trading like a sport, like offense and defense. And yeah, back with y'all later. I'm about to get this workout in right now. It's 5:31. Get this workout in, eat some breakfast. And then we're gonna be back on the charts later, like an hour, 30 minutes precisely.